met this man. That's right, yes. The former royal paramour, that is, of course, Major James Hewitt. Now, you've got to think about this. Cast your mind back, chums, to the period, of course, of when he was infamous, if you like. This is pre-social media. And more importantly, of course, the papers ran and ran and ran. And he's no shrinking violet, let me tell you. But behind the scenes, something's developing. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for taking the time out to join me today. You all right? I'm not so bad, thanks. A little bit cold here now. It's just suddenly turned cold again. I know you like these updates. I like to share them. You see what I mean? I know. You keep thinking it's time to put the thermals away, and then you have another day where you think maybe not. Yeah, we could be in thermals all year now, couldn't we, at this rate? Climate change, oh, let's not go down that route. You know, every day. I just love the way, have you noticed these on these breakfast shows as well? I've mentioned this before, I know, but they tell you about, oh, climate change, it's terrible in the weather. Next thing, they've got a presenter halfway around the world for a 2-minute segment telling you how you can win 50 or 100 grand. Couldn't they have done that from the studio and saved their carbon footprint? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, one rule for them, one rule for you. It's a little bit like this particular story today. As many people know, are a regular watcher of the channel, I was lucky enough to meet Princess Diana on a number of occasions. Very smart, sassy, very beautiful lady, and you could sense kindness. Do you know what I mean? She had a kind side to her. And I think, you know, life, whatever, you know, had been very difficult in many respects, but she was no angel. People forget that. And, you know, you get a lot of backlash when you say that, but there are two sides to everybody. You know, we all have tempers, we all get fed up, we all, you know, lose our rag, as it were, every now and again. And this partly was the problem, of course, for Diana. You know, she couldn't get her own way in many instances, particularly in her marriage. That's the reason why, of course, many suggest that she went down the route with this particular man, Captain James Hewitt. Now, I met James. I think I met him 4 times, in fact, now. And what was interesting, the first time I met him, it was part of a reality TV show. And I was on the guest panel. It was like one of those spin-off shows, you know. I think it was I'm a Celebrity. Maybe I'll have to check that, but I think it was that. And he was very charming, you know, effusive, nice bloke, very well-mannered, treated people very courteously. And of course, the other side is that people say, well, he sold those letters of Princess Diana. But literally, he was in dire financial straits, right? And this is the thing that people forget. Once you get into a scandal like that, the world closes down on you. Far more now in the world that we live in, if you think about social media, people get cancelled, as they say. In those days, you were just literally stopped. But now James Hewitt, as many people have speculated for many years, had obviously some very much inside information regarding that lengthy relationship with the princess. But I wanted to share this with you because I think this is truly important, you know, and it just tells you about the type of character that he really is. Yes, he's made money previously, but so many years down the line, James Hewitt has untold stories about Diana, some of them more explosive than you could ever imagine. And I know this for a fact. And what's fascinating about his story is really, you know, he could be a multi-millionaire based on what he's prepared to reveal. Recently, even in the last year, we're looking at deals far exceeding Prince Harry's book for Spare. You know, that's the level of money that they're offering this man because they believe that his story is partly historical. Each and every time, at the time of recording this, at least I can tell you, he's turned them down. And his remit for that is now, he's busy doing a lot of voluntary work with charities, Ukraine, all that sort of stuff. And he says that he's found a sense of fulfillment and simply doesn't want to go and live back in the past. He's happy that everybody's moved on. He's happy for the king. Literally, you know, he's a sort of, how can I put this nicely, just a reborn person, as it were. And so it's fascinating to think that people cannot be bought, even though it literally would change the total trajectory of the story of Princess Diana. The last time I spoke to him, he said to me, you know, that was a very long time ago. We were all very young and we've all grown up. And of course, as he pointed out, you know, it was a different time. And literally, when you think about it, the stories that you may see now in the next couple of days about him being offered this and that and the other, as far as he told me, it's simply not happening. And I like to share these stories with you first. So whatever you read, remember you heard it from someone who spoke with him. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.